What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed Drummond coming at you on this 24th of June, 2022. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to open this up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. These things are going to start getting juicier as the summer kind of goes on. I can tell the market is definitely in a state of a little bit of flux out here. Nothing super crazy to be worried about too much in the grand scheme of things, from my opinion, but the rest of the country is definitely going to feel it. I think Arizona, we're on a little island out here, tons of growth, tons of opportunity. And, we're starting to see it from the standpoint of where builders are coming in, starting to offer rebates to help us sell their properties. Whereas, 18 months ago, builders wanted nothing to do with realtors, right? That was interesting. I remember on some of the chat rooms on Facebook from realtors and just realtor complaints against certain builders here in the valley that weren't even offering a commission anymore to bring people to the table, because they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that they're not paying us anymore to bring people, because they didn't need realtors to help them find it. Well, now they do again, and it looks like it's going to get even worse for builders as the interest rates, how they've changed so fast. It's just pricing people out. If somebody locked into a house 6 months ago, imagine what that's done to their payment and what they can afford at this point. So let's see what happens in that space. I don't know what type of margins the builders are sitting at when they were putting these things together with the high value of pricing and everything, but let's see. Fingers crossed. I've got a couple of stats that I wanted to bring to you today. I'm not going to inundate you with tons and tons and tons of stats each and every week. However, this week I picked two that I thought coincided. They're from the charts that I show y'all, and I wanted to at least bring those to you. The two I'm bringing this week are price drops and active listing counts. And those two we're going to compare from today to March 23rd, 30 days ago, 90 days ago, 3 months, right? So 3 months ago, what did it look like? What was the market? Well, 3 months ago, active listings on the market, we had 3,951, which was arguably like one of our all-time lows of active listings. Keep that in mind. 3,900 houses on the market in this major metropolitan area, which is probably a fraction, like a tenth of what the market needs in order to be sustainable. So yeah, it was a stupid seller's market. It's out of control, right? Now we're at 11,566 listings that are active. This isn't pending. This isn't under contract accepting backups. This is only active listings. That has gone up by a magnitude of 3, right? So we've tripled the amount of listings that we have on the market in the last 3 months. Not necessarily a bad thing, because we definitely needed more inventory. However, the trajectory of how this thing is looking, like I'm looking at the graph, and it went like this from last November, started dipping down, came down like this, and now it's going like this. Yeah, I don't know that my hand in graphs, I don't know if that made any sense. But it's going like through the roof right now. So I don't know how long it's going to stay at this pace, but as of right now, there's a lot more inventory hitting the market, and demand is staying about the same. So we're seeing houses sit on the market longer. We're seeing buyers have more options, and arguably we're seeing more of that on the rental side as well. We're going to start seeing a more kind of accidental investors, is what I used to call those of us that held on to properties, who couldn't sell them or didn't want to sell them, who'd never managed property before, and now are falling into the space of becoming landlords. That's what we're going to start seeing again. I've started getting those calls already. People who have only been on the market for a couple or 3 weeks and starting to reevaluate their options because they thought their house would have sold already. Interesting place that we're in. Okay, so now let's talk about price drops in that same amount of time. Price drops, March 23rd, we had 493 properties that had price drops, okay? Okay, let me take that back. Not price drops, price changes. Now, those price changes could have been up, could have been down. We just are measuring the price changes. So price changes back then they could have been like some of our properties when we were going coming soon. We had so much traffic that sometimes it made more sense to increase those prices if they were going to hit the market. That might have been the case in these situations. However, right now, price changes are at 2,640. So that's like 5 times what we had, a little over 5 times the amount that we had in price changes just 3 months ago. There's a huge shift, same thing, exponential curve that's happening right now in the price changes, because most realtors, I mean, we saw this market happening, and the last few sales that we've had recently, we got beat up on appraised value. I spoke to the appraisers directly, and just hearing their perspective on what was happening, you could tell, oh yeah, they're not giving us value like they were 6 months ago, 7 months ago. We're not going to get the type of values out of appraisers that we were, because they see that the market is slowing down, and they're not going to put their neck on the line to get that out there and increase that price. Well, cool. I hope that information is helpful. The market's definitely shifting. We're seeing rents stabilizing. We're seeing our properties, our rentals, not necessarily fewer people looking. However, we have more rentals on the market right now than we've ever had. They are renting, which is a good sign. We've got 2 people now showing these things full time. They're out all day, every day, which is amazing. These guys are hustling. They're meeting clients at, prospective tenants at these properties. They're getting them to apply, and getting a chance to get a one-on-one with them on the early stages. But it's like right now there is a lot of stuff moving in this market, and there's a lot sitting. I think that's just such a different place than we've been. Even conversations with some of my agents lately, if they have something on the market, it's having the conversation with a seller who was expecting something to get an offer within a week or 2, and now it's been 3-4 weeks. It's like, wait, what's going on? It's like, well, we just gotta wait. This isn't anything that we haven't seen before, right? Like, the market's it was just stupid crazy 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and before that. Like, it was just crazy. So we're getting back to a more normalized market. Still a frenzy, but maybe not as much as some people would like you to think. So, hey, not all doom and gloom out there. There's still a ton of opportunity, tons of stuff happening. If you have questions about buying, selling, renting, the management side of it, we knock the management out of the park. I feel like our systems and processes are better than most. And of course, I hope the personal touch is something that resonates well with you as well. Have an amazing day, great weekend, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week, hopefully with some more amazing tips, news, and ideas for making things happen in this market. Have a good one.